Let's take a look at how to create a TechnoKids Notebook using OneNote Online. Turn your TechnoKids project into a OneNote Class Notebook. This is a guided creation where you will give your notebook a name, see a notebook overview, add co-teachers, add students, and finally, prepare the private spaces for your student notebooks. Designing the private spaces for student notebooks does require a bit of planning, but this video will show you how to create these private spaces or sections. First of all, you will need to have an Office 365 for Education account. Class Notebook is not available for personal or business accounts. So let's sign in at office.com. Once you're signed in, you will see a screen that looks similar to this. You will have tiles representing each of the applications available to you. We need to start by clicking the Class Notebook tile. Once that is loaded, we are going to click Create a Class Notebook. To begin, we'll give the notebook a name, and we're going to call this one the name of our project. And then click Next. This screen gives you an overview of what each section in your notebook will look like. You have a collaboration space where students and teachers can work together. Both the teacher and the student can edit the content in this area. The content library, the teacher and student can see everything, but only the teacher can edit the content. And the student notebooks area is a private space for each student. The teacher can edit the content, but only the student can see his or her own notebook. Click Next. If you're working with other teachers, you can add their names or email addresses here. And begin typing the names of your students to add them to the class notebook. When you're done, click Next. Now this is the section where you get to design the student's private space. The section names that you create here will be provided in each student notebook. By default, Microsoft creates these four. We recommend creating 3 sections here. One for assignments, one for assessment tools, and one for My Work, which is a section where students will place their completed work. So we can rename a section by double-clicking. And then we're going to remove the last section just by clicking the X. Now keep in mind, you can rename and add sections at any time, but deleting a section is very difficult to do. Click Next. Now you're given an overview of what the teacher's notebook will look like and the student's notebook. The teacher's notebook has a welcome area, a collaboration space, the content library, and then a notebook listing for each student. The student's notebook looks slightly different. There's a welcome area, the collaboration space, the content library, and then just that student's notebook. Click Create. This will take a couple of minutes. When the notebook has been created, you will see this final screen. Now, the majority of management for the notebook that you've created will be done using OneNote Online. However, when it is time to add assignments, you will need to use the OneNote 2016 desktop app. It is available for free with your Office 365 for Education subscription. If you have OneNote 2016 already installed, you will also need to include the Class Notebook add-in. This provides a Class Notebook tab on your ribbon, which allows you to manage a lot of the things in your notebook. But we're not finished online yet, so we're going to open our notebook online. So click the OneNote Online link. So we have our welcome section. We are going to replace this section with an introduction to the project. The collaboration space is an area where you can work with students, sharing ideas. The content library is an area where you will share templates and sample files with your students. And then you have each student's notebook. You can quickly open a student's notebook and see anything that they're working on. Very quickly you can see it here. There's nothing been added to this section yet, but if there was an assignment, you could click on the assignment from the page list and see exactly what they're doing. Once they've submitted other work, you can click the My Work section and again, see what they have done. Now, there is a section that's missing here and we have to go online and enable that. So we're going to click the Class Notebook tab in the ribbon. And depending on the size of your monitor, you're going to look for Manage Notebook. You may have to click more options at the end and click Manage Notebooks. If you're using the desktop version at that point, as soon as you click Manage Notebooks, you're going to be taken back to the Office Online version. We need to enable the Teacher Only section. This group will allow us to create all of our assignments, reviews, skill reviews, extension activities, and keep them hidden from the students until such time as we want them to see them. At that point, you can distribute anything in that section to any of the sections in the student's notebook. So click the link to enable it, and then we're going to go back to our notebook. And you'll see along the left-hand side, we now have a teacher-only section. Only the teacher has permission to add content here. The students do not see this section. If I click on a student, they still only see assignments, assessment, and my work, but they can also see content library and collaboration space. So we're going to add all of our assignments into this section. We'll do that in the next video. Thank you for watching.